Hi, today is Sunday, the 11th. Yes, 11th of October, and this is a weekly recap and look ahead for the coming week, 12th to 17th of October. Of course, I invite you to watch the SPX Outlook to explain where the market is going. The market has been pushing relentlessly, and it's causing concern because of the weird volatility behavior. And again, I invite you to watch the SPX Outlook if you haven't done so yet. So this is the November trade. The trade is doing okay, not really improving lately because of this market and also because there's also volatility on the upside. Yeah, my Vega is okay distributed. There shouldn't be too much of a flattening, maybe initially if the market would drop and volatility spike. At the same time, I am hesitant to add more on the call side. We already have 4 call credit spreads. There were 2 wider ones, and this week, it was on Friday, I applied a risk reversal with basically rolling the call side and adding a PCS. At the same time, I closed October, so I can now add a little bit more capital if needed on this cycle. Although at 40 DT, generally, this is no longer the growth phase. This is a cruising altitude approaching descent in about 2 to 3 weeks. So capital usage should be stable at best. Delta here as -10 is, to me, safe to keep on slightly negative in case the market falls. So unless the market really keeps going, then I will probably try flatten it a little, but I would not go as far as flattening it altogether. So this is how it goes. No adjustments should be needed in the coming week, and if necessary, I will probably add more PCS and maybe either reduce the call side or push it even higher. Now let's look at December. December was entered about a week ago, and I added a call credit spread, fairly safe on 3800s, but the market is crazy enough to push higher. So this trade is doing okay. This is a growth phase, so of course, when you're using $6,000 or $7,000, I will add to it, and probably volatility has gone a little bit down, but the December volatility is high and will go higher because it's quite likely that the vol rollover will push the bump in volatility to December. So I don't think it's wise to add too quickly to the trade in case volatility goes up rapidly, irrespective of market direction. But if I was to do so, I would probably, because volatility is high but lower, I would probably go for 1 or 2 regular size broken butterflies like this. That should come as a credit. Well, I don't have the prices for the 31.75, so this is not correct, of course. So let's leave it for now. But this is more or less what I would be doing. I will publish an update on Slack. So this is what I would do, going pretty soft and conservative on adding capital. As you can see, we have a very good cover all the way down to 2900, so this trade is pretty safe. It's a matter of raising this upper expression line without adding too much risks to it. Lastly, I'm going to show you my return to the Baby Rhino. I entered it on 17 DTE. Generally, it should be about 14 DTE, but it doesn't really make any difference. I had some capital. My max planned capital is still about 10K. So I entered 3 broken butterflies, fairly wide. If you can see, it's average size 75. It didn't bring much negative delta, so I only needed 1 call calendar, also fairly high to balance the greed. So this is how it looked at its inception. Very flat delta, very good ratios, as you can see. I am going to try and use a back trader, but data is not looking great. So let's move to the next. So as the market went up, this trade did pretty well. So this is 9DT. So I basically did nothing for a while. As you can see, my delta was still flattish, a bit too strong on Vega. So it was time to either close it or reduce it. So that's why I started applying some PCS here, as you can see. But because of capital control, I had to balance up with PS on the downside just to try and control Vega. That was not enough, but at the same time, this close to the profit target 500, and also because calendars do work well in backwardation or near backwardation. So this this extra Virgo when the market goes up, and as you have seen, we've had quite a wild volatility behavior, with sometimes vol going high when the market goes up. It was the opposite of a vol crush, actually. Vol was sustained at high level, so there was no dampening of the calendar effect. It actually did well. So really not much to do, and I think I closed it just before then. As you can see from SPX, I think I'm at 490, so quite good for a return to a trade. That said, I would recommend to stay quite cautious about it. If you balance your ratios, it will do okay, no problem. But at the same time, you have to be very careful with this type of market. The Baby Rhino is resilient on the downside. It's easy to trade on SPX. So I would say, yes, it's a good trade at the moment. Just be a little bit careful with those gyrations in volatility. So the ratios may be a little bit difficult to maintain. Okay, that was a little aside, and I will talk more about it in the next few weeks. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.